Good evening. So, how are you
To be
doing?
clear. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm really thrilled to have you on my channel. So, I happened to watch a couple of your videos with some other YouTubers, and I must say you are an amazing English speaker. So, I'm
Oh,
curious to know. I want to know about your English learning journey. Did you face any
yeah.
difficulties, or was it a cakewalk for you? Beginners can learn a lot from that and they can derive some motivation from you. Before we jump into the conversation, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Oh, definitely. Hi, guys. So I'm Shobha. I'm the head of design at Sparky. I have about 10 years of experience in EdTech. I was born in Delhi. I was brought up in Muscat, and I'm currently in Bangalore. So excited to joining the channel. So
So please throw some light on your English learning journey. How was it like? I mean, were you from an English medium school or Hindi medium school?
actually, a Hindi medium school until fifth grade when I was in Delhi. So it was not a cakewalk, definitely. I am sure that I will be able to relate to most of the beginners and the viewers of the channel. Like, I did not have a great time when I had to like directly speak in English moving from a Hindi medium school. And it was in a whole new country. So that's a whole different experience to have to move countries and then be able to speak the language as well. Because back in India, what happens is all the books are in Hindi, students are speaking in Hindi, the teachers are explaining in Hindi. Yeah. And then when I had moved to Muscat, it was a time when I would just stay numb. Like I would not say a word because most of the people would be like, laughing and I'm not able to make a sentence. And teachers, when they call you out in class and you have to stand up and say, and you can see the judgment in everybody's eyes, and you can feel the teacher also kind of judging you. So it's not a great place to be in. So I can totally relate to most of the people going through this emotion that yes, you feel judged when you misspoke a certain word and you're not like looked at also as somebody who has opinion. They're just like your language and that's it. Like they're not able to understand beyond that. So I think the first step when I started becoming friends with people who let me be and just even if it was a broken English, even if it was sentences that weren't really communicating exactly what I wanted to, I think over time it just friends who made it easier for me. And that is what Sparky is doing. That is what a non-judgmental space, a friendship or a companionship that you would want where nobody is judging you. You can speak broken English. And of course, it takes time for everybody and it might be a different pace for everybody, but we all eventually do reach there. It's just about the mindset. I think if you just keep your clarity in mind that with consistency, I'll be there because all of the folks around us also went through that same emotion and reached that goal. So you can too. And I don't doubt it even one bit because it was not a cakewalk. And maybe you are in one of those early stages or you are one of those who maybe are able to make lighter sentences and you want to just get better at it. Sparky is for you too. So I think it's the one place for all kinds of learners who will eventually reach the goal that they've been looking for.
Wow, such an inspiring journey.
You want to put your points forward and the team is kind of judging you that you can't even put your point forward because your English is not, even if your skill levels are impeccable. Like I have known people in my previous company who weren't able to communicate their ideas, but the kind of work they generated used to be so good. I mean, their skill level is just like very good, but they couldn't get that promotion, or over time it took them to reach that promotion which somebody else could have reached in no time, right? So I've seen those situations, I've seen people around me, and I totally agree with that point, which is not a fair thing to do, but yeah, it does happen.
Yeah, it does happen. My husband is in IT industry. He says he interviews so many people every day. So many people are having BTech degrees, but they are not able to communicate well, and he has to reject them. And he knows how difficult it is to get BTech degree. Just because of communication skills, you stay behind.
Actually heartbreaking because your skill levels are amazing. So you should
Right,
be able to
right.
get that job, you should be able to get that
Yes.
promotion. But that's just one thing holding you back. It's not fair. But I think that's something definitely we have apps to do. Like finally we are in the world. When I was in school, there weren't any apps. I wish there was a Sparky at that time when I could have been in a non-judgmental space, actually practice back at home where nobody's judging me, nobody's laughing, teachers are not making fun. So I would have been I think much happier space in my mind. But I'm sure you guys are in a better space. where you guys can get help from apps.
And it's very affordable also. So to have a clear understanding, let's show our viewers a quick demo.
Hello. Today we will learn to introduce ourselves. Tell me one thing that you would like others to know about you.
I am 5 years working experience. I have a BSc degree.
Great effort. You shared good information. Try saying, I have 5 years of work experience and a BSc degree. What do you enjoy most about your job?
So after watching the demo, I think you would have realized that this app is so useful. I would recommend everyone go and check out the link in the description. So you also faced a lot of embarrassment while learning English. I think most of our viewers can relate with that because it happens with almost everyone. People make fun of us, and it's mostly with English, not with other languages. If someone starts learning Punjabi today and makes mistakes, I think nobody will laugh at them. Do you think?
Yes, I totally agree. I've seen this. I mean, I know when I'm talking to more users and I come to know this when they're learning a certain language, how easy it is when their friends are there. And then even if it is Hindi that they're like not good at and they know Tamil better, they are fine with it.
How is Sparky different from other apps? Like there are so many
I think-
spoken English apps.
Yeah, there are quite a few in the market right now. I think what really sets us apart, one is definitely the companionship. I feel we've seen these conversations happen where users are saying bye to Sparky, I'll come back tomorrow. So there is, an emotion, there is a friendship that is created out of talking to Sparky that they feel so comfortable that they can talk about anything. So companionship is definitely something I would say that sets us apart from all of the other apps. The second is also quite evident in all the apps where you have a rigid learning path. By that I mean like you can only complete this lesson and tabhi like you can go to the next one, which is quite strict, right? It's a very like school way of going about it. I think we all are mostly not in school anymore, and we want something that we are able to choose what kind of conversations we can have. Right. All of us maybe sometimes not in the mood to talk about politics or not to talk about certain things, right? And then you in Sparky can talk about anything. And sometimes if you don't have a topic in mind, you can just click on the button, talk about anything, and you can maybe talk about your emotions or something that happened with your friend and you just want to share and get another perspective on it. So I think that should be under your control. And that is what Sparky is doing.
How does this app specifically help those people who are absolute beginners?
Absolute beginners. I think one advantage as adults we have is we already know one language. So we might know Malayalam, Hindi, Telugu, whichever language it is. That will help you pick up on the new language that you can always rely on that. So Sparky already does translation. Anything that Sparky is saying, just click on the translate button and you'll be able to see it in your native language. So when you have to reply, just think, I know that you definitely know few words. Like it's not, maybe you're not able to make sentences, but you know few words. So try that, okay, I understood the context of what Sparky is going to talk about. Let me just try to few words I can use, even if it is not a perfect sentence, just try making that conversation. And okay, worst case scenario, maybe you're not able to think anything. Then Sparky is there to help you. There's a button of help where you can just get 2 replies and just see which makes more sense to you. Right. And that is the first step where you get help from Sparky, you get help from translation, and you make maybe broken sentences. And over time, by speaking more and more, like we did as kids, right? When we learned our native language, just like that, you will also pick up on English. I think that is your crutch. Just hold on to your translation, hold on to your help. And over time, you won't need those crutches. Like you won't need to translate, you won't need help. You'll automatically start speaking.
And the app keeps learning about you and keeps getting smarter, right? So it's like a
Yes.
personal assistant.
Yes.
Yes. So does it only help with English speaking or communication skills as well?
Definitely communication skills. And for example, maybe you are somebody who is already at an intermediate level and you want to go to a advanced level. Like you're already doing great in office, but you want to maybe become VP or you want to become the manager, right? And you just want like a grasp at your language which stands out. So in that case, you can actually go to the news feature, and one definitely the advantage is that you are caught up on all the news. But on top of it, all the dictionaries available with the news that is given to you. And you can also see the grammar, vocabulary, all of that is actually broken down. There are phrases in the news that you can start picking up on, start learning those, and start using it in office. So I think that will be an advantage for folks who are already speaking sentences, just want to get a little bit better. And folks who are maybe interviewing, like they are in the process of the interviews and they just want to prep for a certain level, maybe technical, behavioral, or introduction also. There are separate interview practices for separate rounds on Sparky, which you can do endlessly. Like you have maybe 30 days, you know that I have to give my interview on 30th. And then you can just backtrace your whole plan. And now that you have a goal in mind, it's much easier, right? Like I know, okay, this day I'm going to give this interview, this one, this day. So you have enough practice before that day and leave some space for revising as well. Go through those phrases again, go through those improved feedback that Sparky has given you. So every response that you give, Sparky is going to correct it and tell you that what you could have said. So practice on those lines. Practice, say it multiple times, then go back and restart, try it again. I think that practice, and especially when you know what the goal is, you'll be able to practice a lot more of. In that case, obviously, I'm hoping you're not spending just 5 minutes and maybe a little bit of more time every single day to reach that goal.
Okay. Amazing, amazing. Any new features that got added recently?
Yeah, I think the news and interview is something that has been new. Another one I would add is the call feature. Actually, it was quite exciting. We were showing it to people yesterday at Google Office, and they were like, wow, okay, now you can talk to different kinds of people. So it doesn't have to be just Sparky. You don't have to just talk to Sparky. There are like different Om Prakash ji, Ria, Kabir. So they all have different kind of personalities. So it'll seem like you have a different kind of friend now. You have Kabir, who is very excited about photography. He loves talking about traveling, and you can talk to Kabir. Or sometimes maybe you just like in a mood, okay, I want to know a little bit astrology, like what is happening in my horoscope, or like something else you want to just like find out. You can talk to like a guru also, spirituality folks. So that is, I think, quite fun that you can have like conversations with different kind of people also. So
Wow,
that's the
that's
new one.
amazing to know. Some people had this issue that we don't understand the accent. Now it is available in Indian accent as well, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So we've added British, Indian, American, all sorts. So you can, if you have clients from another country, in that case, you can actually try American accent, British, whatever, and then practice with that too. So yeah.
How is it different from ChatGPT and other free AI apps? Is there any
Okay.
difference?
So, since ChatGPT, like you can start the conversation from anywhere and you just, it's not a conversation really. You're like asking as if you're going to Google and you just want answer to something specific. It's not really a conversation. In Sparky's case, we've designed the lesson so that it's teaching you something. Like over time, it's blending in the conversation. So it's not exactly ChatGPT where you're like, okay, I need this. What is the answer for this? That's not what it is here, because you're having a conversation like you and I are having. Like just someone is asking a question, I'm replying, and they are also telling their interest and opinion. I'm also telling my interest and opinion. So I don't think ChatGPT has a personality or a opinion as such, right? It always takes like the neutral ground. So I think that is what makes that emotional bond with Sparky.
There's
I
a
think
personal
makes
touch.
yes, yes, and that's what makes them come back. You know, like I'll come tomorrow, I'll see you. So that is the excitement. But you've made a new friend, and now you have like a lot more friends who have different personalities also.
Yeah, that is a major doubt actually. Many people think that we have Gemini, we have ChatGPT. Why do we need an AI app subscription?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good question.
So, what advice would you like to give to those people who think it's too late to start learning English now?
Yeah, I've heard this from a couple of people. They're like, I'm too old now, it's too late. But I have actually spoken to some users who are like 70 years old, and they are just like, I'm just learning for fun. And like, I love it. It's amazing because they're not holding their age as this like Oh my God, because of my age. Obviously, learning doesn't have any age. Like the moment you decide today I'll learn, I that is the perfect time. Like I am starting right now. This is the perfect time. Whatever age, it doesn't matter. I think it's mostly about the mindset. If you have a goal in mind, you keep it consistent, keep your mindset on track. I don't think anybody else can budge you. Nothing. Age is nothing in front of that.
Yeah, I also feel that at whatever age you are, if you stop learning, you stop growing. Learning keeps you
Yes,
alive, isn't it?
yes, 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 I
Yes.
totally agree.
More than 50% of the people who interact with me are learning this language for their children. Some of them say that we are learning English so that we can give that atmosphere to our kids. They have this English speaking atmosphere at home so that they can learn. So, how can children learn English?
Yeah, I think I totally agree with the parents somehow because the kind of environment that you have, definitely we have a lot more tools now than we had before, but creating that environment around you and they make the child speak that same language, I think that is really helpful because over time they'll get so perfect in the early days that they wouldn't have to rely on the apps. But I think there are quite a lot of apps, and also Sparky is definitely one of them where they can practice, just spend 5 minutes, and over time it will help when, especially the parents are quite occupied. I feel, the parents, both the parents have so much on their plate. There's no way like all the time they'll be able to help. So in those scenarios, the parent can just give Sparky to the child, and it is controlled in a manner where it will work for a child also. Like all the conversations are designed that way that it will work for a child too.
These kind of apps are useful for children because sometimes parents feel very helpless. They say that since
Yeah.
we can't speak English, so would our child also stay like this? So some of them feel very helpless. They think that only those children who have English speaking parents, they are the only ones who will be able to speak English well in future. So that's the
No,
thing.
no, yeah. I mean, I'm sure like they, even if they pick up any of the apps and they create that environment and they make it a non-judgmental and a free space for everybody to practice, it'll all turn out as good as somebody else who's already speaking.
Okay, I'm curious to know, when you were in the process of learning English, was internet there? Were these kind of apps available? No?
No, no, no apps were there. I wish I had Sparky, or we just had Wikipedia, I think. I just remember doing our projects from Wikipedia.
Okay. So, what was it that helped you the most when you were learning English?
Yeah, I think also practicing back at home with my sister. Like we both came back from home and we would try to speak to each other in English. So we knew we both are learning. We are in that stage where we both don't know. So even if we make mistake, the other person is not really judging or correcting.
Yes,
Or
yes.
in my case, I think that really worked out perfectly because we didn't have any apps. So that I think over the years really like took me to the next level.
I think newspaper and TV news, those were the only things.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
But at that point, obviously, with the amount of tuitions and like you have to go for classes, swimming classes, school, there is no time to watch TV and actually like see some news also. And we were quite young. I don't think I was ready for news.
And we used to play
Yeah.
outside. So, we were not like, glued to TV or something like that. Today's kids, they are just glued to mobiles. So, instead
Yeah.
of just wasting time on mobiles on social media apps, instead of that, they can utilize their time in doing something productive.
Yeah, and go out and just like, even if you go to a restaurant or you're booking a cab or you're in a hotel, just talk to strangers and practice because in that case, at least you know, even if they did judge you, you're never going to meet that person again. So you got your practice out of it.
Yes, yes, there are so many opportunities these days. If you call customer care executive, you can say my
Yeah.
refrigerator is not working. Back then, when we used to call, to fridge kharab ho gaya, that's what we used to say. And I think nobody used to speak English at that time. So these customer care executives also spoke the mother tongue.
Yeah.
Just, when they consume social media, if they just start scrolling through the comments, you can,
Yeah.
learn so much from the comments.
Yes.
Comments are
Yes.
so
And the
amazing.
getting really funnier by the day.
Yes. Whenever I watch a video, the first thing I do is go to the comment section. So sometimes the comments
Yeah.
are more amazing than the content itself.
Then the video. Yeah. I also
That
noticed
happens.
this.
Yes. I mean, the most important tip for the viewers who want to learn English.
I think you've already taken the first step. If you're already watching this video and you know that you are in the, like, you've already set it in your mind that you want to learn. That's why you came to this channel. That's why you're like on Meena's channel. So if you've already in your mind set it, that is the first step. Now you will find all the solutions. You will go to these apps. You will go to maybe newspapers, talking to strangers, whatever that you need. I think everybody needs like different kind of things because some people are very introverted. Some people want to go and speak to people outside. So apps in that manner is going to help everybody because that is the non-judgmental space that everybody wants. Like all of us, I think Meenu was also saying, right, like how she also experienced. We all have experienced this. So it's not a new feeling. You want your safe space. You want to practice in that back at home, in your room, spend 10 minutes every single day and you'll be there. Like, I don't think it's some Mount Everest. You'll do it.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your tips and tricks. This video would definitely be very useful for my viewers. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Okay, then bye bye. Take care.